Good morning, dolls, and welcome to Little Gretchen's workshop. So, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for everyone who was on the live on April 26th, 2025, which was last weekend. I just appreciate you dolls just jumping on with me and just sharing that really precious time with me. I had so much fun. I appreciate your patience during my technical difficulties, but I was so excited and was really, really glad to be there and to be able to share that time with you dolls. Now, before we get to the featured video, I want to share with you dolls the additional gifts because we gave away two additional gifts other than the ones that were shown in the previous video. So we also gave away a mystery gift and we also gave away a gift to the first person who was on the live. And I want to share with you dolls what those gifts were. Now, I'm just laughing because it's like I feel like so many things are going on. I'm having problems with lighting dolls. Please forgive me. You know, I'm so old school. Like, I don't want special effects. I don't want it to do anything magical. I just want light. And I set it up the best way I can, but the light is doing some wacky stuff. You all have rare footage of me today with my glasses on. I started getting stuff together and filming, didn't take my glasses off. So, hey, come with you raw and live, you know, in my regular state. So I also want to thank those of you all who went to my post office box and I got a whole bundle of things to unpackage. And those of you all who just recently sent me things, I wanted to say thank you to you. And I will be doing a video for when I unbox these packages. And what else? Oh, and also before I go too far, I want to remind you, dolls, that the Ann Arbor Miniature Show is coming up. It's coming up May 9th and 10th, which is Mother's Day weekend. So it's a Friday and a Saturday. So Friday it's from 4 to 8, and on Saturday it's from 9 to 3. And I will be there on Saturday from 9 to 3. I'm not a vendor. I'm going to just be there hanging out and shopping and trying to find me some goodies. So if you hear my voice, me talking, or you see me, don't feel bashful or shy. Come on up. I'd love to meet some of my dolls in person. I'm really looking forward to going. I'm so grateful to be at this point in my recovery that I'm able to walk well enough to go. So it's a really big deal for me this year. I'm really excited, and possibly maybe next year I will be prepared to, maybe have a table there or something. That would be great as well. So let me not get all emotional. But again, I just thank you, dolls, for being here. So before we get to the feature video, let me show you really quick the mystery gift and the first person on the live gift. So let's get to that. So this gift goes to our mystery gift prize winner, Just Goodness 333 Little Homestead. And our first person on the live gift goes to Melissa Jane. Thank you both for being a part of Little Gretchen's workshop 10K subscriber celebration live. Good morning, dolls, and welcome to Little Gretchen's workshop. So honestly, I didn't even know what to call this video because it's just a lot of little random projects that I've been thinking about and wanting to go ahead and do. So I'm just going to go ahead and allow you dolls to watch me play. Now, in a previous video, when I was stocking the new dress shop kitchen, I referred to them as the hurricane glass candle holders. And all I did was break off the jump ring and glue them to a couple of bead caps. Now, in this frame, I'm trying to glue in some polymer clay candles that I created and added a little thread to the top to make it look like a wick. And I was using my Loctite super glue gel for the entire process because it's really effective with bonding metal and glass together. And you can see me here adding another one of those polymer clay candles. And just like that, you have two beautiful hurricane candle holders, or you could use them as vases. And here they are all completed. But that base piece, I use it for my perfume tray displays. So when I say nothing wasted, I mean it. Now, this is a beautiful cast frame that was gifted to me in a gift bundle from one of you precious dolls. And it has a yellowish cast to it, but I'm adding a little bit of brown paint because I want to make it look like carved wood rather than resin or some type of casting. And at first I was worried about covering the yellow, but now I'm realizing that that yellow undercoat with the brown on top makes it look really, really rich. So now that the paint is dry, you can see how deep and dark it got. And now I'm adding a little bit of black paint to the high points to really bring out some of the detail because I don't want it to look flat. I want it to look old and antique. So dry brushing it with black paint will really help the detail be more visible. Now you can see here I'm kind of barely touching it, but I do have my black acrylic paint mixed with alcohol. And I use alcohol because it evaporates really quickly and leaves almost a stain rather than using water, which will leave it damp for a long time. And I zoomed it in here a little so you can see how the black is running into the crevices. Now that lovely picture of cardinals actually came off of a Christmas card from one of my precious dolls in a gift box I received, and I thought it would be lovely as a frame picture to go in Marguerite and Sadi's room. Now I'm definitely being careful not to get that black paint on my image, but I have already added a couple coats of Mod Podge to treat or protect the picture. Now, in order to make sure my picture stays connected to the frame, I'm adding a small piece of wallpaper to the back to hold the picture in. Now this is just a simple scrap and I'm sizing it to the size of my frame. And you want to make sure you get the glue all the way out to the edges of the frame because you really want a good seal, not just on the paper, but on the body of the frame as well. Now any type of PVA glue will work well for this process. I do believe I was using tacky glue or weld bond, but either one will work. Now, if you're an excessive glue user, you may add enough that it'll ooze out to the edges when you add the paper, but if not, you may need to add a little extra glue around the rim to get a nice tight seal. I really love this picture to see two cardinals sitting together, perched contently on that little branch like two little lovebirds. And it also has special significance to me because we see cardinals here in Michigan all the time. Now, this next project is more or less of a random repair. This is the lighting fixture that's in the new dress shop dollhouse kitchen. I actually broke the fixture off, but I do have a replacement in the form of a battery that I'm adding with a magnet. And after adding that with a magnet, I'm putting glue on the fixture and gluing it right back to the ceiling of the dollhouse kitchen. Now, I do have two battery-powered lights that go in that room, but I still needed to camouflage the area that I had broken off the original fixture. So here it is all installed, and we're all done with that. Now, I don't know if I can officially call this a project, but I was trying to figure out what to do with all these bags. Now, I had them kind of stuffed away in a fruit crate, but I've got this basket that I made a while back, and I think it's like the perfect size to put some of these shopping bags in. And I think they create an interesting looking display inside the dress shop. So I took all the bags and kind of tucked them in. Now I'm not going to glue them, but I just want to arrange them in a way that looks attractive so it'll look like it was intentional and not something I just shoved aside just to keep things out of the way. Now I really need the fit to be really snug inside this basket, so I think I'm going to use Miss Betty's a flower box to go inside, and that's going to make the fit a lot tighter and help keep those bags inside because as I mentioned, I don't want to glue them in. So I think this will work just fine, just like this. And I really love this little basket. I actually aged it with some stain, and it's just made out of a piece of burlap and a piece of wood at the bottom. And I really like the way that looks. So let me tuck it away and before I handle it too much and knock all the bags out again. Now again, another little random project. I had several books that I really didn't have an assignment for, and then I had this lovely box that I like quite a bit. And I kind of used the same concept that I used just a few minutes ago with the bags in the basket and just kind of stacked them in there to kind of look like a magazine or book rack. And I kind of tucked them in ways where the most interesting colors or covers would be visible and kind of put them in a little bit haphazard so it won't look perfectly perfect. But very simple, very fun. But doing small little vignettes like this would make it really a lot easier sometime when you're in the middle of creating a scene and you need something to add and you have some things already prearranged. Now, this next project I've been looking forward to doing for quite a long time. Now, this is a little bookshelf that was made for me, and I thought it would look really lovely in the little girl's room. Now, the top part of the shelf was already created, but I added these little black cast iron brackets to the bottom to add a second shelf. Now I'm creating sort of a back base, so it'll make it easier for me to adhere to the wall, because sometimes trying to adhere something to the wall and the piece of wood is too thin, it makes it a little bit challenging. So this is just a small coffee stir stick that I'm adding just under where the little teddy bears are sitting. Now this was originally unstained, but I did stain it, and you see the brackets have been added and that second shelf. Now you do have to hold it steady while it's drying and don't put too much pressure on it. Now after the top base was reasonably dry, I went on to cut a piece to be base for the second shelf. And in this frame you can see I've added glue, and now I'm attaching the other small piece of coffee stir stick again, so those two parts can be where I add my wax when I mount it to the wall. Now, after both of my shelves and the backs were dry and secure, I went on to arrange my little books on the shelf. And the part about this project that was so great, she sent the books along with the shelf, so they fit perfectly between the two teddy bears. Now, this is not a library, it's a children's bookshelf, so whatever way you add them to the shelf is just absolutely up to you. But I like to kind of arrange things in a way that it would look natural, like as if children put the books back up there. So the heights might not be all lined up. They'll just tuck them in here and there, however they got through reading them. And I think that looks really cute, and it's going to look perfect on the wall. Now I did have 2 additional books I wanted to add to that second shelf, and I'm going to stack them because the second shelf doesn't have a lot of room. It's a little bit shallower. And in addition to the little books, I hope you dolls can see from this angle, there are 2 of the boys' little toy soldiers on the shelf that the girls swiped at Christmas time. Now that I've got the books stacked and on the shelf with the toy soldiers, I'm going to add a little bit of the tacky wax to the back of the bases that I've created for the back of the shelves and mount it to the wall in the girls' room. So now that I've got the little shelf all completed and everything's arranged, let me put some wax on it so I can show you what it looks like all installed and mounted on the wall in the girls' room. And here we are, dolls, in the little girls' room in the rooming house. Now, if you enjoyed this video today and want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. And always look for me on Mondays after 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, I'm looking forward to seeing you right here next time on Little Gretchen's Workshop. Bye-bye now, dolls.